What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here. Up $290 on the day. Not a big day at all, but you only can take what the market gives you. So let's go over today's trades. The first one out of the gates didn't really have anything on my radar. I didn't really like anything going on. So I was kind of sitting back and just seeing what was starting to move, what the chat rooms that I subscribed to were interested in. And I was interested in doing some chat room plays because when a couple thousand people all buy or sell the same stock, it's going to move. And let's see, the first one that we got into was ZN. ZN had a nice little pop up in the morning, kind of faded off, and then it was coming back towards high day. So we were kind of looking for the high day break. And as we're getting close to high day, we went long. I took 3,000 shares at 626 right here. It came back down um, after this initial pop. Once it did that initial pop and it looked like sellers were coming in, I just bailed. I got, let's see, what did I make on that? Oh, I bailed too early. Oh, I remember this trade now. So I got in at 626, got a pop up to 644, right? And on the L2 it was showing 640, and I hit the sell button, and I got filled at 628. Such BS, but that happens occasionally. Really bummed out about that. That could have been a 14-cent win on 3,000 shares. That would have been a really nice day, but that didn't happen for me. So I had to take it, move on. FEYE was one that kind of burned me a little bit. This one had news out. It was like a pretty big stake by a hedge fund, I believe it was, and you can kind of see right here. This is where that news hit. Pretty big stake came in. I went long in there inside this news, and of course, I basically bought almost the top right here at 1545, and I had to sell. It sold all the way off. When news sells all the way off like that, it's done, and that's what kind of happened. So on the next pop that we got, I sold into that pop to get out, and it looks like that was a smart move. So basically, lost about 2.5 cents on that one. Wasn't too thrilled with that. Cool. This one was, you know, on the high day scanners early on in the day. This one, had a little bit of news out, hence the pop. The news isn't warranted for this kind of move, in my opinion, but nonetheless, some of the chat rooms was starting to look at it at 10:16 right here. The volume really started to come in, and I went long at 374 right in here. It's just starting to get spiky. It spiked up, came back down, and once I was already green and I want to go red, that's kind of one of my rules that I try to adhere to. So I made about 2 cents on that trade inside this spike. Got into the 80s, but I didn't get filled there. And again, I was just going for the scalp. I didn't think the news warranted this kind of move, and it just blah right after that. Sold off hard. I tried to short right here because it looked like it was going to just dump, and the chat rooms that I was in was also dumping it, and I didn't get filled. I was so pissed, but that would have been a nice win as well. CD and A. This one was up on no news whatsoever. Kept trying to find any kind of news on it, but no one could show me anything whatsoever. So just went kind of short here at 10:23. You can kind of see it right here. We had a breakdown, pop back up. This one, Luke, part of the Jason Bond Picks chat room, he went short on this, and I like the setup as well. Broke through this the support level right here, broke through, came back up, so we had this curl going on right here. That's kind of what we're going short on. So I went short at 167, got the breakdown. Actually covered 5 minutes later, right over here at basically 2 cent win, 60 bucks. So not a huge win, but 60 bucks in 5 minutes. Who makes that kind of money? Like millionaires and executives. So I'll take it. Um, APRN. This one I had high hopes on today, but 1049. Let's see where you at. Moving on over. All right, so volume started to come into this sucker, and this was a news play. The news was that Fidelity took a 45% stake in this company. 45% is massive for a bank like that to or brokerage firm or whatever you want to call them, an institution to take in a company. So when I heard that news, I went over here, bought. I got in at 808. Where's the news at? The news, I heard it right here. So got in at 808, spiked up. I was letting it ride a little bit, um, but it started to just kind of stop and the volume started to dry up. So I sold. So I made about 4.5 cents on that one, 120 bucks. So that was a nice win for sure. Back over to CDNA. This one was just, we were trying to short it all day long. Just any kind of pop it had, we're going to short it. Any kind of pop it had, it's short it. I mean, if you look at the daily, big pops, selling off, pops, selling off. So that's kind of the trend that we were kind of thinking would happen today. Um, so let's see, 1106 right in here. Uh, can you see it on the 5 minute? Let's see. Nope, nothing really to look at in the 5 minute, besides maybe the break of the previous 5 minute candle. But this just had a pop, sell off, pop, a smaller pop than the previous one, and we're looking for the downtrend. We went short. Right here is when I got in at 150. This was also Luke in part of the Jason Bond picks. He runs the day trade chat room. He alerted this one. I liked it. I got in as well. I covered for a penny win, but he covered down here at 146 for like a 4 cent win. He took considerable, a lot more shares than I did, but I'll take 30 bucks in 2 minutes any day of the week. Just picking up that $30 bill. Gotta pick up them $30 bills. So XTNT, this one had some news out as well. I heard the news right here, and I could have gotten in at 70 cents. I was like, it's already at 4 cents. I was so stupid. I should have gotten in there. But anyway, I had to wait for an entry later on, and so we had this spike up, starting to consolidate right in here. So I was liking that. You can kind of see on the 5 minute, this. Will it let me draw anything? Okay, so we kind of have like this going on, right? This is called an ascending triangle. Moving on up. Even the channel is kind of moving on up. Higher lows, higher highs. It's just a bullish thing going on the 5 minute here. So I was looking at all this, and I decided to get long inside here, thinking that if we broke the 79 level and the 80 level, we'd get a pop up. So right inside here, I went long 3,000 shares at basically 79, and that's exactly what happened. And got that pop. It also was a candle over candle in the 5 minute. You could have played it that way too. Got the pop up, and I sold into that pop 4 minutes later. I was hoping it would go high a day, but it didn't. So I took my 3 cents, 90 bucks, moved on. APRN. This one hurt me. I was really wanting this to go candle over candle on the daily all day long. I was trying to play it for that very reason. So let's see. Let's move on down to 1329. Huge consolidation. Oh, wrong area. 13. Okay, so lots of consolidation in here. I was watching the L2 pretty closely. So I was watching it right through here. I was like, okay, 815 is held up for like 25, 30 minutes here as support. I'm going to go long. If it breaks 815, I'm out. So I went long 1329 right here. You can see it. You can see this consolidation area. And as soon as I went long, it popped up. It was green. I was like, okay, here we go. And then boom, stopped me out right here. And as soon as it stopped me out, what did it do? Got the pop. So I lost about 4 cents on that one. Wasn't too happy with it, but I did play it as it went high a day, doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So we broke over that level. I was thinking if we break 20, we're going to break 26, and then we're going to go off to the races, right? Boom, right? I had good news. Fidelity had a 45% stake, candle over candle on the daily. Got the pop up to 32, and then it just kind of fizzled out from there. So wasn't too happy with that. Maybe it needs to test the lows again before moving back up. I don't know. We'll see what tomorrow brings. But I basically made back what I lost on that other trade. So wasn't too happy with the overall trade. It was basically break even on it, but happy to take a win for sure. WWhy, this one was alerted by Luke again in Jason Bond Picks chat room. 1423. Where are you? Okay, yeah. So this one had some news out. I don't even remember what the news was. Got this quick pop up. This was just watching an L2. I was watching the L2. The volume died up. I went short 1,000 shares. It's kind of more risky play, and as it was looking like it was going to start coming back down the other way. 32.28 right in here is where I went short, and I covered at 24 right inside here. So $30, basically 1,000 shares. Snap, this one broke my heart as well. uh, it was threatening to crack 17. $17 is a significant point because that's the IPO price that it, IPO'd at. So a lot of people were watching that 17 level, and it looked like it was going to crack it. So I went short 15.48 over here. Got a quick drop to 17. 1702 is when I got short. Quick drop to 17. Saw the amount of shares that were on the bid at 17. And I decided to cover as it popped back up. So, I don't know, $10 I made on that one. That brought me to 290 on the day. So nice wins for sure. Not the greatest day, but got to take what the market gives you, and I'm happy to be green. If you're interested at all, you can find me in my Discord. The Discord link is down in the description down below. It's free. It's there to answer any questions. I also call out certain alerts when I see them throughout the day, but my Discord does not compare to the chat rooms that I subscribe to. I personally subscribe to the chat rooms that are listed also down in the link down below. If you have any questions on those, I highly recommend them, especially if you're serious about trading. You got to be in these chat rooms. So if you are all interested in those, please let me know. Send me an email at stockjockat@gmail.com, or you can find me in Discord, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. All right, I will see you in the next video.